Welcome back to viperrspit, and I'm back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about MicroStrategy, ticker symbol MSTR. I feel like an update was long overdue for MicroStrategy, but of course guys, if you did watch my last video, as always, you will know that I told you guys to keep buying MicroStrategy at this support level, and as you can see guys, it's been bouncing from this 230 support level for the past couple of days. Despite the market dipping, MicroStrategy is looking really healthy. It is looking really strong. If we go on the weekly now, you can see here it is still holding that level that we mentioned, that 230 level right there. And if I compare it with something like SPX, you can see the weakness of SPX versus MicroStrategy. So this is really good for MicroStrategy. It is really promising, and I do believe we should be seeing some more relief in the short term. As you can see, pre-market MicroStrategy is up. And some recent news regarding MicroStrategy, of course, with Bitcoin dipping to around 77k the other day, of course, we are going to get some headlines regarding MicroStrategy. And it says here, Strategy has spent $21.2 billion since November 10th to buy Bitcoin, whose value has fallen to around 17.3 billion as of Monday afternoon. An investor's business daily analysis of company filings indicate MicroStrategy stock dived Monday as the Bitcoin price tumbled to its lowest level of the year, and Strategy announced plans to reload its arsenal for buying the cryptocurrency, buy on less favorable terms. Strategy, formerly known as MicroStrategy, said Monday that it hadn't bought any Bitcoin since February the 23rd. The pause by the company, that's being called a Bitcoin market well, is contributing to the sell-off after the White House Crypto Summit came and went without any commitment by the Trump administration to add the government's existing holdings of Bitcoin or other cryptocurrency. And at the time of posting, Bitcoin was around $78,750. So it goes on to say the Bitcoin price could further retreat without the hold for rocket fuel of government purchases, though such buys could still happen. President Donald Trump's orders will pave the way for a strategic Bitcoin reserve comprising current cryptocurrency holdings due to law enforcement activity. He also tasked the Secretaries of Treasury and Commerce with developing budget-neutral strategies to acquire additional Bitcoin, as long as they impose no cost on taxpayers. There's speculation that Trump could exchange some of the nation's gold reserves for Bitcoin. So, based off this, guys, it is really bullish. And I know the saying that MicroStrategy's holdings are down, but we've got to remember that MicroStrategy's average price of Bitcoin buys is around 60 to 66k. I think it is 66k. Check me in the comments if my facts are incorrect, but I do believe it is around 66k. So they are still in overall profit, and as I've mentioned many times, I don't think they care how high they buy. They are looking on a 2, 3, 4, 5 year, even 10-year horizon. And I do believe they're expecting Bitcoin to at least 3, 4, 5x in the next few years. And I do feel like this is why they are buying so aggressively. And a lot of people may not agree with it. And we saw this last time as well, where they didn't agree with Sailor buying Bitcoin in the 40, 50k region. However, look who has come out on top. He has come out on top. Bitcoin saw highs of around 109 to 110k. So he doubled his money just like that, and he still keeps on buying. So I commend him for that. He has a really long outlook on Bitcoin. And as I mentioned in every video, you guys should be using the Pi cycle top indicator to gauge where Bitcoin could top out. So if you look here, guys, when Bitcoin launched at around 6 cents, it went all the way to $23 in just a matter of a year. And you can see here, guys, it blew through the 111 daily MA, and it also blew through the 350 daily MA times 2. And you can see once it blew through, it kind of rejected and it accepted below, and you can see, guys, for another 2 years it didn't really do too much. It was just creeping upwards, and then it blew through again. So we had this low here of around $2, and we had this high here of around $100, $140. So you had a nice 70x move right there for Bitcoin. And again, once it blew through, we got that rejection, we got this consolidation phase, and then it blew through again from around $100. I think the low was around $80 here, and you can see it topped out at around $1,100 there. So another 10x move right there, and then you got this retrace again, then the consolidation, that bear market consolidation. Then you can see a few years later it blew through again. So after 2 years it blew through again. So we saw the lows here of around $200, and now we saw these highs here 2 years later of around $17,000 to $18,000. And then again, same thing happened. You got the retrace, you got the bear market, lows of $3,000, and then it blows through again to around $60,000 for a nice 20x move right there. And we're having this retrace again, and as you can see, it is creeping up again. So in the next year or two, what we can expect is for it to blow through those highs again, with the highs being at $145,000 currently. And as time goes on, this value can increase, and if it does blow through, we can easily see 180k to 200k for Bitcoin before the next bear market. So right now, I do feel like we can enter a consolidation phase. I will show you on the charts later on, but if we do, it is time to be stacking Bitcoin. That is personally what I'm going to be doing. Not financial advice, of course, but I do believe we can see a very explosive move in the next year or two. But guys, remember, we can't predict the market, so however long it takes, I'm just happy to wait however long it takes, because I feel like trying to time tops and bottoms is what catches people off guard, especially in this consolidation right here. I'm pretty sure a lot of people saw the Bitcoin when they didn't mean to at around $200, $300, $400, and then we saw 20k for Bitcoin. So those people missed out on a 100x move just like that because they were impatient, and you don't want to miss out on the next move for Bitcoin. And as I mentioned, guys, many times, if I go on Bitcoin chart here, you can see it's also holding the weekly level, and I've mentioned to you guys, should we lose it, what we want to see is for us to come down into the 70k level here and reclaim that fairly quickly. Otherwise, we will enter a consolidation phase, which I have mentioned as well. So we can just chop between the 60k and 80k level until we see a sustained breakout. Maybe towards the end of the year, we shall see. But if we do get this range, I am going to complain. It is only going to give you more time to accumulate more Bitcoin. And as for MicroStrategy here, as you can see, it is also holding that weekly MA. And as I've mentioned to you many times, guys, if we come into this level here at around 180, I do believe it will be a good buy. We've also got that trend line support. So again, I am open to some consolidation here or forming a range before a sustained breakout to around $500. As I mentioned to you guys, should we flip $500, we should see $800 plus for MicroStrategy, and we should see $1,000 should Bitcoin make all-time highs in the next year or two. So this is currently my plan for MicroStrategy. I do believe it's the best plan I can come up with now. Until we lose this blue level, this is the plan I am looking at. This is the plan I have, and this is the price action I do want to see in the next few months. Of course, a sustained breakout above 280 and we go back to 350. But 350, as I mentioned to you guys many times, is going to be a very tough level. And this is also because of this moving average right here. You can see it rejected a couple of times, and I did mention to you guys many times that if MicroStrategy didn't flip the 350 level, we weren't going to see $500. And it rejected quite nicely here, and then we came down into this weekly level, which I also did mention. So if you did buy here, then very well done. But what I would like to see next is for us to go above this 280 level here and maybe retest this 350 level here, maybe the 320 level. That's also an option, and we will reevaluate when we get there. But if you're an investor like me, think long term. Think longer term for these kind of stocks, because I do feel like a stock like MicroStrategy does have a lot of potential. As you can see, it is taking a lot of the mind share from other crypto stocks like Coinbase, Riot, and Mara as well. So I do believe the focus has shifted to MicroStrategy, especially with Sailor buying so much. So in my opinion, whether you call this a Ponzi or whether you call it a stock with great fundamentals, it doesn't matter. We are just going to follow what the chart says. And right now the chart is looking very, very healthy compared to its counterparts. So if you look at Coinbase right here, guys, if I open this chart here, you can see Coinbase is looking quite bearish on the weekly, and that goes for Marret as well. So if I open that here as well, you can see Marret is also looking very bearish on the weekly. Coinbase and Marret looking very bearish, while MicroStrategy is looking bullish on the weekly, and that should tell you everything you need to know about where the money is actually flowing. So guys, if you did enjoy this video, again, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell for the latest band opportunities and market updates, and I'll catch you all in the next video.